Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for our tale of the tape. First up is Tiny. And they'll be facing Muhammad Ali. They call him the Louisville Lip. He weighed in at 210 pounds.
What a weight difference. These two fighters are going to be in deep water.
Up first, Tiny from the United States of America. Muhammad.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, wearing the red trunks, trimmed with black, Tiny.
All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
All what's left is for the first bell to go.
These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. He misses with that jab. That's straight hurting. This fighter is a swarmer. They're like a mosquito that just won't leave you alone, except this mosquito can knock you out with one punch.
You got a swarmer on your case, you know you've got to fight. You got to hold him, you got to tie him up. You got to lean on him when you come in until the referee makes you break up. But keep your hands high, because they will keep punching until that referee said stop.
The right hook just missed. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a matchmaker.
Now that is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow, get to the end of the round.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in it.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
Switch on, switch on. You've been close in this fight.
Yes, I like that round. Good round. You feel good?
And there's the bell for round 2. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that? That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
And at some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighter. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Can't land that jab. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
A typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
These are my kind of fights, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
There's the bell to start round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Those counter punches have to hurt. That left uppercut doesn't score. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That big hook doesn't land. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
He missed with that jab. That counter punch caught him clean. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Bombs away. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter.
There's the bell for round 4. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nice counter. They both want the knockout. That punch landed. He threw a punch and just got countered. Well done with that counter shot. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing, it absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
That counter shot lands. The straight right just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round.
On to the fifth we go. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nobody home with that hook. That jab doesn't score. Good punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. All three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
I love that. I love that. That jab is slick.
Go out there and win this next round.
I need 2 shots. Keep smart.
Let's start the 6th. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
And he scores with the counter. A perfect counter shot. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Another scoring shot there. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The momentum, they got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Dominance, without a doubt, looks.
There's the bell to start round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. You'd like to see more jabs. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nope, that jab not going to score. Both men step back for just a moment. Punch, counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
And we enter the 8th round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They're going to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Stamina is off the charts. And shoot. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? The only fear you have with this heavyweight is, has he punched himself out? That's another scoring shot. How about that time counter shot? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Some might have thought the fight a little bit closer, but the judges are in agreement. A unanimous decision win.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.